Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I'm here at 12 o'clock or as soon after that as I can be every single day of the year. 365 days of the year I'm here. Central Time, U.S. time, Chicago time, Central Time in the U.S. So, oh gosh, it's almost impossible to see, but it does say Chicago at the bottom of that. So, I come into here, I look into the chat. I'm looking in the chat for anything in all caps. Anything in all caps is how you communicate with me. And other than that, please just type normally, because people have whole conversations with each other and are really helpful and kind to each other. So that is going on there. I'm going to grab this particular card. Well, I'm also saying that we have epic troll slayers. Thank you. Thank you for keeping us safe all this time. I have turned on something in the settings I found where I can go in where you have to be a subscriber for at least 10 minutes in order to make at least to comment in the chat. So hopefully that will cut down on the trolls. So, okay. 10% of all income that comes in the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. It's an ongoing thing. And also, yes, the color scheme today is actually in homage to the Ace of Cups. Because the thing about this cup rising up out of is that it is rising out of the kind of mucky water in the way that the lotus flower does. So I saw this and I was like, oh, Ace of Cups, have to do that. So there is that. Barbara Cole is saying, you look really cool today, not meant in a hip way. Water lilies. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that. It's throwing me a little bit because StreamYard has changed the font they're using in the show the comments. And it's very nice, but it's slightly wider than I'm used to. So it's my brain's going, new font. I'm big on fonts, if you don't know from all of the 3 million covers I've made. So anyway. I have got 7 questions from you already, and I will go through these with you. Also, a couple of other projects I may not cover today. If I don't read on your question, it is never anything personal. I promise. All right, so there are reasons that come up, and sometimes I also get an empty room feeling, like there's nothing there for me, or not today, or something like that. But sometimes the topic's too broad or too vague or something's too far in the past. It depends. In the past as in not having an effect. Anyway. So anyway, today, the first question was actually left over from yesterday, which I don't often do, but the question was about the California drought. So that's a good place to start. More and more, we're going to be reading more and more about climate change topics. Stinky. Okay, the 2 questions I'm not actually, I don't think I'm going to read on, but I will mention them. Stephanie was asking, are we going to hear more about Hillary Clinton in the future having a more prominent role? I've never picked up on that. I've picked up on her spending time with her grandkids and her doing various things, but everything I've picked up says she's done. Whoops, I can't even see it. Yeah, she's done. Enough. It was the presidency was stolen from her. Yeah, she's done. So that's all I've ever picked up on that. The other question was from Teresa, was asking what's up with the Pegasus Project and will there be a legal conclusion to the story? Okay, for those who don't know, I have a quote. The Pegasus Project is an international investigative journalism effort to reveal spying abuses by various governments upon journalists, opposition politicians, activists, business people, and others using private NSO groups' Pegasus spyware, officially marketed for surveillance of serious criminals and terrorists. What I get on this whole Pegasus project thing is that it is vast. And I mean, that would, in theory, that would be a legal conclusion, but it feels like this is just, it's just reading on it like, oh, it's a thing. It's a huge, complicated thing. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't, it's huge. It's too big. I would need something more specific, I'm afraid. Stephanie says, assumption to think Hillary's lunch with Biden and Kamala was significant, so I asked. Oh, there's nothing wrong with asking. I appreciate your questions. Oh, please don't think I don't appreciate your questions. I really do. I really appreciate you being here and your questions. No, I've never picked up on that. That's all I'm saying. Stephanie, I'm not at all pro-Hillary comeback. You're good. You're good. It's all is good here. All is good here. And thank you. All right. So what I do have down, I've got the first 7 questions. I'm gonna ask about the California drought. Kyrsten from Uncover the News had a few headlines that brought up very important points, so we should read on it. Number 2 will be Trump has found a way to post on Twitter, doing it through one of his spokesperson's accounts. It's at Liz USA. So I heard the account's been suspended, but I don't know. I thought we'd just throw a few cards on that to see Trump and his attempts to get back on social media and that sort of thing. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, Democratic voters are supporting removing Kyrsten Sinema as the next AG in the next Arizona Senate primary. So let's look at that. Are they going to do that? Off number 4, Representative Bennie Thompson, the chair of the January 6th Select Committee, is planning to investigate Trump and may force Trump to testify. Will he force Trump to testify? That would be number 4. Number 5, will Lindsey Graham actually walk out of the vote, the infrastructure vote, like he threatened? We'll look at that, number 5. Number 6, Joshua was asking, what kind of attack are the insurrectionists planning in the near future? I have not picked up on... I've been repeatedly picking up that the worst of the worst, they really showed their hand and in various other parts of their bodies on January 6th. So are there insurrectionists planning on doing nasty things? Maybe, but I thought we'd just have a quick look, but I'm not expecting much, but we'll see. I figured we should probably look into that. Nanette was asking for number 7, will the extreme, unusual high temperatures affect the COVID and COVID variants since heat kills it? I thought I'd ask the cards because it's like it doesn't quite work, but it does work that way. But it's why we get more flu and colds in the winter than the summer. But is it enough? And Trump up there shining a light on the body, and yeah, I just thought we'd have a quick look. I don't think that's the case. I don't know. We do have fewer flus and colds in the summer rather than the winter. So let me pull a few cards on it. Okay. All right, and then after that, oh, you are most welcome, Joshua. Thank you for your questions and for being here. All right, where was I here? All right, just having a quick look. All right, so it looks like YouTube has not cut off comments yet. And so what else am I missing? Oh, right. Joshua was asking, are there many Trump loyalists in the national policing and intelligence agencies? Okay, well, look at that. Questions are kind of first come, first served, but if I get a whole bunch of questions by one person, that's not the case now, by one person, I will tend to look for some other questions. So thank you, Pamela. Lynn is asking, will an election be called in Canada this fall? Would it be a majority or minority, minority or majority win? Lynn, I put the link in the other day. I read on this with Lori. My brain just kept saying Jen Lynn. I'm like, it's not Jen Lynn. It's the Way of Positive Change. It's Lori. Over on Lori's. And you asked that again here, and I put the link directly to that video. So if you go to the Way of Positive Change, you can, there's the video that I'm in it. It's Lori actually went in and timestamped the video. So it's what we were able to figure out. We've done that. So it's already been done. And I've been trying to get that message to you since. I've been repeating it. So, okay. I did my best to take care of it. Okay. Thank you, Geek Hillbilly. Hello, Jess. Vicky's asking, will Jim Jordan be held accountable for his part at Ohio State with Richard Strass? Well, let's have a look. Okay, Vicky, we will look at that. And what else have we got here? Sharon's saying we learned Pelosi rejected Jordan and Banks. Will she reject more? I don't know that that's... I'm just getting a strong sense of they'll try this, she'll say no, or this, or she was gonna. So the ones who got through the three, okay, so they're on, but now there's 2 more seats, and it's gonna do that. It feels like a lot of nonsense and a serious just chaos. Just chaos for the sake of chaos, but ultimately the committee will do some serious work. So that is what I've been getting on that. Josh was asking any predictions on the 2024 Republican presidential nominee. I have read on that in the last, I can't remember when. I read on that, though. Qualities of the next Republican nominee. If you go to the main channel page, just click on the name of the channel underneath the video and just put it in the search bar. It should pop up. It should pop up. Oh, there's no offense, Joshua. I'm grateful you're here. Geek Hillbilly is saying at least the new font in StreamYard isn't for the Klingon language. That is true. Joshua, you are welcome to ask as many questions as you'd like. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Mary Lou McCarthy has pulled all Republicans from the Insurrection Committee. Really? And then Polly Wanda is saying, are Republicans planning a huge distraction to impede next week's investigations? Because they're I believe they're going to start by interviewing police officers. Oh, right. So is this a thing in the news? Did I miss it? So McCarthy has pulled all Republicans from the Insurrection Committee, including Liz Cheney. I had not heard that. Hey, Clarence, seriously, has anybody heard anything? Let me see. Breaking news, McCarthy yanks all GOP picks from the January 6th committee. Okay, so I can't get to the link through here. Maybe I can get through it over here. All right, I've got that. Holly's asking about climate change and disabilities. That's definitely going on the list. All right, so that might be my 12th question for today. Barbara saying, I can understand your font obsession. I was a typographer in the 80s for the BBC. Took on the American Chiron program so it could be used. Oh, a fellow typography lover. Oh yeah, over on Book Art Media, the Book Art Media LLC is the parent company of Black and Orange, and it's my publishing company, if you want to call it that. It's small. It's just me. And over there, the covers that I make for the daily writing sprints and creativity sprints and that kind of thing. All kinds of fonts. So anyway, that is a lovely thought. Thank you for reminding me that there is beauty in the world. Yeeks. Jess R is asking about Bezos. Okay, I am. I believe that's all I'm going to have space for today, but I did want to. I'm trying to get let me see the links over here. There we go. Thank you, Kristen, for Uncover the News. Thank you. All right, so let's read this together, shall we? Let me take this down and share a Chrome tab. Share. All right, so McCarthy yanks all GOP picks from the January 6th committee. Oh, House minority leaders decided not to participate in the select committee, yanking all of his GOP picks in protest of Speaker Nancy Pelosi's decision to reject 2 top Republicans. Unless Speaker Pelosi reverses course and seats all 5 Republican nominees, Republicans will not be party to their sham process and will instead pursue our own investigation of the facts. Okay. Great. So, we might start there today. Because it is. I thought it was just going to go back and forth, but now it's just. So I'm going to move this up to number 1. And actually, which goes along with this question. So let me move this up. There we go. All right. So there are various questions that I'm covering today, and they are in the description box. They're not time-stamped yet, and they're just copy and pasted from the chat, but they're there. Okay. Barbara Cole saying, poor McCarthy throws all of his toys out of the pram. And upended his mac and cheese. His Cheerios. Upended his Cheerios all over the floor. Okay, Teresa was saying she should just say, okay. I'm guessing you mean Pelosi. Oh, that's another question. It'll have to wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow we should read on the national debt potential, the debt limit. Let me make a note of that. Debt limit. We'll have a look at that tomorrow because that's coming up. Raising the U.S. Debt limit. It's coming up tomorrow. Okay. No, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. The date for the limit is not tomorrow. A little discombobulated today. So let's start with McCarthy, equals all Republicans. So what's going to happen with that? We're at 20 minutes, well, 30 by the time it is really hot. I have the AC going. I might have to put my hair up again. See if I can turn this down. No, I can't. I have to turn the AC up. I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm gonna boil if I didn't do something there. All right, so at 21. Okay, McCarthy. Let me open my energy up here. Okay. All right, McCarthy. Ooh, he's got a lot of people talking in his ear. He's being pulled. I'm picturing an office in. I don't know if it's his office. I'm picturing him in an congressional office, and he's people around him, and it's like he's being pulled, and people yelling about the committee, and they're scared. People coming and yelling at him about how we can't take part in this, and this is so awful, and so he's being pulled pillar to post. So what's going to happen here with McCarthy? And I think this would go along with, are they going to, are the Republicans, they're going to plan distractions. So what's the thing going forward? Anywhere on Liz Cheney? Has Liz Cheney said, I'll be there? Does anybody know? Well, now I'm starting to feel guilty. I have AC. If I could share it with you, I would. I really would. Okay. Chaos. There are people afraid. Their parts in the insurrection and all the stuff it's going to stir up. I'm getting actual fear. Not fear like from insurrection, just coming for them or something. No, that they didn't stand with them, but no, fear of being caught. Their careers, their political careers being over. The opposite party being just running every single ad about their connections. Liz has said she'll be honored to serve on the committee. That's what I thought. I was just wondering. I think DLC. I think Liz will show up too, but I don't know for certain. Obviously, I don't know her personally. I can't call her up and ask. I can't imagine she would want to be friends with me. All right, 6 of. See, we were going to give a little. We were going to take part in your sham investigation. Yeah, right. Please, we're going to derail things. Page of Pentacles. Token Republican. But thinking that's what Liz Cheney is. 10 of Cups. Ace of Cups. They're going forward with the this is the 5 of Cups here is the card of disappointment. It doesn't feel like Democrats being disappointed. Feels like Republicans have less and less opportunity to knock over what the Republicans have less chance to knock over what the Democrats unearth out of the muck. It's an Democratic power rising out of the muck kind of a day. Happier families, getting to the truth, making sure this doesn't happen again. That's Liz. Republicans can't have Jordan, can't have the human air horn. They can't control it. They can't knock it all down. I'm just making a quick note here. So they may try distracting next week, but it's not going to stop it. That's what that was saying. It's not going to stop it. How about this going forward? How about the January 6th commission going forward? Is Nancy just going to say, okay, add in Democrats or add in, or just use the people who are there? Good enough. What's going to happen with the January 6th commission? January 6th commission. Going forward, Democrats protecting the realm. Democratic Knights protecting the realm. That's the card for the reading. Magician. Four of Swords. Knight of Swords. Chariot. Longtime viewers recognize that this is the card for aggressive law enforcement. This is the card for aggressive law enforcement in all capital letters. You put them next to each other, and this is the center card. And there's a report at the end. There you go. This is okay, granted, this is Major Arcana, but this feels huge. This Major Arcana feels much bigger. So this feels like, well, no. I think this is the beginning of, this is the setting up of the committee. The Republicans want to kill it, but no. Nay. Report. Oh, and right behind the knights protecting the realm, get the tower. Look, I realize I'm biased, and check with other readers. No readers 100%, but my gosh, I've got to tell you, it feels like the Republicans who are involved in the insurrection are so scared. So scared. And they are going to be in so much trouble. Oh boy. And I forgot to mark down when I started reading on future of the January 6th commission. Oh well. Okay. So let's look at the California drought. We're at 30. Oh, I hope I have time to go back and find that. So California, the California drought. I know there's drought all over the West, but the question was specifically about the California drought. So I was smiling at some of the nice things being said in the chat. Okay. Oy, oy. California drought. There are more than 80 wildfires burning in the U.S. in the West. And with the predominant flow of air across the continent going from west to east, across the continental U.S. from west to east, there's literally a smoke haze all across the country. East Coast, big cities. The drought specifically in California. It affects growers, it affects everything. Just want water. Just want a little bit of water. Oh boy. Please only put things in all caps if you're talking directly to me. Other than that, please just type normally, because then I'll know to stay out of some conversations or I don't get distracted. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Temperance, Ace of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. Who's making money on this? If this was about power, I would say you need to do something about your power companies. This is all about the money. Huge money. In the center, you've got Major Arcana telling people to conserve water. And this has to do with trying new things, desalinization and all this kind of stuff. But these cards, somehow, somewhere, somebody is making big money. So I don't know what exactly that is, but it's, no, I was going to say, is it, okay, well, maybe, it's like the state, handing out bits or trying to help. No, this is money. Companies making big money. Robert, what does that mean? Kate, the questions I'm answering are in the description box. They're not time-stamped, but right now I'm looking at the California drought. It says it's number 1 in the. It says it's number 1. It's listed at like number 3, but in the description it's listed as number 1. I don't know who would be making money off of this, but Holly and Francis saying water access rights are big money in California. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you. What to do about it? Yes, you're gonna have to. They're gonna have to be new ways to basically turn ocean water into fresh water. That's gonna have to be ramped up, but it's just the garden center here with all of the growing and the plants and 7 of Swords, death cards. 10 of Wands, 9 of Swords, High Priestess. It's like a black market. It's like a big black market cropping up. Thank you, brain. Robert's saying it's so dry, the dams are almost too low to generate electricity. It's scary. This is theft and death. Burden. It feels like burden trying to move pipes. This is fear and black market. That's what it feels like. There's something here. It doesn't feel, I would have expected it to just be kind of helpless. Like there's nothing you can do. It's terrible. It feels like there are people making big money off of this that they should. And if something changes where these people don't make a huge amount of money off of this, then there's more water for everybody. Chris is saying ban Nestle products. There could be. They could be the bottling companies and various companies using huge amounts of water. I don't, but it's something about change who's making money from this situation. Robert's saying it's supposed to be yay. Oh, sorry. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Money. Judgment. 9 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. Okay, that's what I'm getting on the California drought. Okay, so got that. The next question. So the first one, that was number 1. Went with this. The 2 was January 6th Select Committee. Will they go ahead? 3 is California drought. Trump finding a way to post on Twitter, doing it through his spokesperson. We'll just have a quick look. Just a few cards. What is that going to mean? Because apparently that account was suspended, but is this important? Is this Trump finding a way to talk on Twitter? Is this important? Is this going to be a thing? Actually, it doesn't feel like it's going to be a thing. It's Trump being incredibly frustrated. King of Cups, Page of Wands, Queen of Cups. Trump wants to get his message out, but he feels like he's blocked at every turn by those blank liberals. Oh, it hasn't been suspended yet. Message out, but it feels blocked in. The king and the queen stopping this message from getting out. And it's very frustrating for Trump. Such a shame. Okay, those 2. I'll need okay, so number 5 we're going to do. Let me change this. 6. That way some people really do want to follow along. I don't know if I can get to all the questions today. I have until 12:30, but absolutely dead cut off at 12:40 without fail on Wednesdays. Sorry. So let's look at Kyrsten Sinema at 41. Kyrsten Sinema, primaried. And loses. What's going to happen to Kyrsten Sinema here? Oh, thank you, Greek Hillbilly, for reporting that account. Okay, so Kyrsten Sinema, primaried. I used to be able to feel a kind of, like underneath the layers, I used to be able to feel a kind of sensitivity. Can't feel it anymore. It's like her head just went poof, big. That could have various meanings, some of them quite bad. Devil. 9 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Judgment, that's election day. Hanged Man. Could not be much clearer. This part could not be much clearer. Whew. People are sick of all the Trump stuff and the basically trying to play bipartisanship with Mitch McConnell, who doesn't play that game. Just doesn't. And all this corruption, and she's not coming up as a Queen of Cups, which is a Democrat. She's coming up as a Republican. She has a lot of, she's a centrist Democrat in some respects, but what she's been doing is really damaging to the country, to Democrats. This is election day. This is major arcana suspension. Complete suspension. So Joshua's asking, is it draining to be connected to all of these negative energies? Yeah. But I'm a Scorpio, so I want to know. I'll go down into the muck. I don't mind. That's why I do the nails and the overlay and everything, and talk to you guys and have you guys here so I can keep it up here and then dip down into this garbage and look under these rocks and then come back up and be like, oh. Cinema. Why am I getting a Trump victory? Far right victory. Knight of Pentacles. Death card. Okay, I was concerned that if she lost, that maybe it meant that Democrats would lose that seat. But that's what Republicans are trying to do, to take her seat. But this is a strength card. This is taking all the Trump stuff. It will make a difference. Women shutting up the orange beast and their ilk. So thank you for being here, Joshua. Makes a big difference. You being here with me makes a big difference. Katie, all I can say is voters in Arizona want her out. Oh, Kashmir, she's friends with Meghan McCain. Arrest my case. Oh. Hey, honestly. Aw, little frogs. Holly has her information, July 12th, 1976. So she's a Cancer Sun, Capricorn Moon. So is she an eclipse? I wonder if she's an eclipse baby. Because Capricorn is straight across from Cancer. That usually gives people particular oomph. But her sense of self and her emotions, they seesaw. Her self and emotions are not necessarily integrated. One helps the other rise, but the other one has to diminish. For her to feel good about herself, her emotions have to go down. For her emotions to go up, her sense of self ends up not being amazing. It can cause problems, but you can also, if you grew up with it. Oh, she's a full moon baby. Ah, okay. Thank you, Holly. All right. What is next here? Bennie Thompson, Representative Bennie Thompson, 47. Rep. Bennie Thompson is chairing the January 6th Select Committee and says he's not averse to, what's the word he used? Forcing Trump to testify. So will Representative Bennie Thompson, chair of the January 6th Select Committee, force Trump to testify? And you know I'll be live for that. You know I'll be here. You know I'd be here. Bennie Thompson. Gary's saying Bennie Thompson is from MS. Is that Missouri? No, Mississippi. Oh, I feel bad. I don't know that. Mississippi, isn't it? MI is Michigan. MA is Massachusetts. MO is Montana. Mississippi. Thank you. What's Missouri? Or is MO Missouri and Montana is MN? No. Montana. MN? No. MS is Mississippi. Thank you. As I say often, MO, my ignorance is vast, and all I can do is chip away at it every day. All right, so actually we're up near 49 now. Bennie Thompson. Is Representative Bennie Thompson of Mississippi going to force Donald J. Virginius Trump to testify? Oh, look at that. Coming along for reasons of legal matter. Being forced to travel. Sun card. Knight of Swords. Bring things out of the open. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, Tower. World. By the time he calls Trump, I think Trump's going to be in a world of hurt financially. It feels like things coming to light about Trump's finances, his company. Then when if and when he's called to testify, which this card says he would may do. Oh, he's got a world of hurt coming for him. Whew, that's gonna hurt. This is gonna sting a little. Kyrsten is Cover the News is pointing out that McCarthy's blaming Pelosi for January 6th. Of course he is. No, I've heard that. MT is Montana. Thank you, DLC. Hillbilly Autumn. Beginning of wisdom starts with the statement, I do not know. I've never felt ashamed of saying I don't know something. So. Oh, yeah. And for those who don't know, McCarthy's blaming Pelosi for January 6th, saying she didn't do enough. So Trump's going to be busy, but is he going to have to testify, 3 cards, in front of the January 6th Select Committee? Where were you? What were you doing? Who were you talking to? Why didn't you call out the National Guard? That is the orange beast being tamed. 4 of Pentacles. Oh, he's going to be smarting because he will have just lost huge amounts of money. That's what that feels like. And he's going to lie through his teeth and try to obfuscate. But it's not going to work. They're going to be able to differentiate the truth from the lies. They're going to like swat away the fake stuff, hone in on the truth, inconsistencies. A lot of committee hearings can be, it's too fragmented. It doesn't feel fragmented. And they're not going into this as a free-for-all. Is this going to be public? Stephanie's saying, I've never heard the name Bennie Thompson before. I think he'll be prominent as a good guy in the near future. Yep. Lecter's saying McCarthy's doing a press conference right now on CNN. He sounds stupid. Holly has Bennie Thompson information. He was born on January 28th, 1948. Aquarius sun, Virgo moon. Mars conjunct his moon in Virgo. All right, hang on. McCarthy's saying, why are they letting a lame duck speaker destroy this institution? What? Okay, Bennie Thompson, Aquarius, Virgo. Aquarius sun, if we're the people. Virgo, attention to detail. Mars actions conjunct his Virgo moon. Oh, Mars action conjunct Virgo moon, which is all about getting everything just so. You put those things together and you go in front of that person in the committee. Whoo. What's going on with the lame duck speaker nonsense? What is that? He's on MSNBC. McCarthy saying we'll run our own investigation. Yes, the laughing until you're crying emoji. Yeah, knitting nerdist. Lame duck, what in the world? Oh, Jim Banks is on now. I bet that's just so much better. Jim Jordan's talking now. And do you hear the air horn? Oh, wow. I think these guys are scared. These guys are scared. Any more information about Trump going before? Well, this is how Trump sees himself. 100 feet tall and better than everybody and with really impressive hair. That's how Trump sees himself. Electric sounds like you said an air horn. 4 of Cups, strength. He's going to try not to go. but they're going to use some form of strength and he's going to be smart, and he is going to lose all of his money. This may be losing a fair chunk of Republican support, but no, this really feels like he will have lost his money by then. So just having a quick look. Is there something about what McCarthy's doing we need to read on? But anyway, for now, what else can I get through here? Oh, Robin was asking about, will Lindsey walk out on the vote? I think it's infrastructure. Walk out on the infrastructure vote. Like he's saying he will. Electra, Jordan just said it was the Democrats who cheered on the rioters and looting. $57. Will McCarthy airhorn Jordan and them successfully blame Democrats for January 6th. I want to know, will McCarthy and Jim Jordan and all, will they successfully blame the Democrats for January 6th? Because I want to know how much traction this garbage is. Sherry, squirrel. Yeah. Christine, the GOP also says Pelosi's to blame, that the Capitol Police were unequipped. Teresa's saying, have they forgotten? It's all in the thousands of reels of video. Mm-hmm. Will they successfully ban or blame the Democrats? How much traction is this nonsense of theirs going to get? Legal swords through the heart. Let's see what that means. Devil. We are talking about the insurrection. Ace of Swords. It's usually the sword of truth. It could just be weapons. Hang on. 10 of Cups. Fool. Hermit. Go back to the drawing board. That's what that feels like. Oh, thank heavens. Sword of Truth. Cutting this down. They look like fools. Go back to the drawing board for another excuse. Democrats end up having a successful investigation. That's what it feels like. All right, good. Geek Hillbilly, no, you don't have to be psychic to know that. To know what? Christine's saying they've said from the very beginning and called for Pelosi to be investigated. Oh, please. I wonder if just whoever's yelling the loudest, if they're the ones that should be looked at most closely. Kristen saying, Jim Jordan says January 6th happened because, quote, the Democrats normalized anarchy. Shirley's asking, will they primary McCrappy, California? I'm sorry I'm missing some of the questions today that I had down, but will McCarthy get primaried? in California. Let's have a look at that. Projection, yes. Oh, that their spin won't work. Kimberly, I don't want to make that assumption that their spin won't work. I mean, we lived through the last 4 years where all of that stuff got way too much credibility. So, and as far as the questions I don't get to today, I am back tomorrow. I'm here every single day. So, will McCarthy get primaried? Oh my gosh, this card is this card is facing the wrong way. Burden of Trump. Burden of neo-fascism. The only card facing the wrong way. Interesting. Turn of events, turn of the cards. Oh, sorry, my hair got caught. Wow. Got burden of Trumpism. Feels like it's not easy to actually shuffle these cards right now. McCarthy, are you going to get primaried? Try again, 102. Are you going to lose? Are you going to get primaried? Or are you going to lose? I assume he's from a very red district. I don't know. I'm assuming his district is quite red. Seven of Wands. Six of Cups. Tower in the center. Sun. Seven of Swords. Marcy, check your cards. I don't know. Bakersfield. Red. Yeah. But he's on the defensive because of all the Trump stuff. There might be some Democrats there. It's this tower in the center I find interesting. And it ends in theft. This card could mean things coming to light. It can also be that kind of fascist white supremacy garbage. But I want to know, what's this tower in the center? What's a thief at the end? McCarthy. Gary C. McCarthy is livid. Deba is saying he's not my dude. We have McNerney. Swalwell is the next district over from me. Swalwell I like. Ace of Wands. He's Trump's bludgeon. He's so mad. Eight of Cups. King of Wands. This has got Trump energy all over it. Four of Swords. Four of Wands. Nine of Swords. The last reading ended in the Thief card. This ends in the worry about going to jail. Something to do about Trump stuff. There's Trump himself. Swords can be legal things, legislative things. Dead as a doornail. He's not going to work with Democrats at all. Forget it. But there's something here. He's going to be in trouble. I don't know what for. But McCarthy, that's not. Oh, man. Things are not going to go well for you. Yikes. Okay. Where am I? I got that. Lindsey. We're back to Lindsey. Okay. At 106. Will Lindsey Graham walk out of the votes, like the infrastructure votes, like he has said he will? Because he keeps saying he'll do what the Democrats did in Texas. Will Lindsey walk out and take other Republicans with him, but will he walk out of the vote? Seven of Cups. A lot of smoke and mirrors. Three of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Five of Cups. 10 of Cups. We have a plan. Republicans, we're not going to work with them. We're going to stop them from doing things. Democrats find a way in the end. Be a lot of blah, 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 blah. The Sun card. Back to the 10 of Cups. Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords. 5 of Cups. 4 of Cups. This might be a strategy they start trying to do going forward. We're not going to play ball, but this is also a card of investigators. And it feels very much like they're going to have their own problems. Yep. Okay. Where are we going now? Still have time. Let me see, what have I got here? Oh, this is a question to ask. This will be number 10. About Jim Jordan. Let's see. That's actually 9, 10. Okay, so we are going to look at the possibility. Oh, who wasn't a fan of Firefly? So at 110, will Jim Jordan be held accountable for Ohio State. Although if he was going to be held accountable, wouldn't it have happened by now? Teresa is asking you whatever happened to Devin Nunes. Shh. 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 If you say his name 3 times, he'll appear. Have a great day, Linda. Oh, Jordan's loving it. His energy right now, he is loving it. He loves going up there and yelling. Vents his spleen. His screaming air horn of righteousness. Is he going to be held accountable for Ohio State? Well, that's an institution. That could just be the university. King of Pentacles. 10 of Swords. Magician. 4 of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. I'm so sorry. I really don't think so. What damage to his reputation that can be done has been done. He keeps standing up, being awful. As far as any legal movement going forward, this is quiet as a tomb. And this is him just going about his awful ways. Oh, that was depressing. Okay. Let's ask Holly's question. Holly had a question. This is 11. So at 113, disabilities. How will the solutions to climate change affect those of us with disabilities? I speak as someone with a form of autism. I fear some of the solutions will alienate us disabled folks. Perfectly valid question. Oh boy. How will the solutions to climate change affect people with disabilities? Nine of Pentacles. Could be good. Could be in creating a more climate-friendly world. We create a kinder world. I don't know, I can dream. I'm an optimist. 3 of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, like big changes. Ace of Pentacles. They're throwing money at trying to stop the death and trying to move things forward. What it feels like is it isn't the solutions to climate change you have to worry about. It's climate change. Climate change is going to put people with disabilities at an even greater disadvantage. But there's going to be big emphasis on moving things forward to help people. Help everyone who can be helped. So it's not the solutions that are the big problem. Geek Hillbilly, to say McCarthy's scared to death is an understatement. He's beyond terrified. Okay. Hello, Joanne. So I think, yeah, it's not the solutions. I don't think that's going to be the problem. We just have to fight climate change and stand up for people and help people. So anyway, all right. Actually, I'm going to leave it right there for today. It's 1:27. I've done 11 questions today. I'm afraid I do need to cut it short on Wednesdays. And now I'm getting really tired. But I will be back tomorrow. And I'm so sorry if I didn't get to your question. But like I said, I'm here every single day. So to do something about Christine saying that I changed a setting to cut down on the trolls. I think it is helping. I think it is. But anyway, yeah, what a day. I'm drained. Yeah. All right, everybody, hang in there. I hope the rest of your day goes really well. At 4 o'clock, I will be over on the Book Art Media channel, the parent company of Black and Orange, and we do 4 25-minute creative writing blocks, or creative blocks, really. Some people do knitting, some people do writing, some people, it's mostly writing, but not entirely. So you're always welcome. And yeah, we just support each other. We work on our own projects, and then in the 3-minute spaces between each one, we just support each other, encourage each other to be creative and express ourselves. So anyway, I hope, yeah, I'm tired. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. I can never thank you enough. All right. Hang in there, and I will see you all tomorrow. There are good days ahead. I promise. I promise.